Right, let's open our case of Unlimited and see what we get and do the whole, let's count what we get inside of it and see what we have, what's the average, all that, which is, well, making me open it slowly. That's my own, maybe mostly like my purpose, to actually keep it a bit more sacred, just and open everything all in the same time and just go through it, make it into a procedure, and yeah, do the whole I'm soon gonna get it feeling, the hunt. Come on. And yeah, just opened the first display that was outside the case. So this is gonna be like the last, well, I would say probably the last like sealed material I buy from Monarch until, yeah, until forever. Maybe I will do some more Crucible, but maybe we're gonna need to like trading and finding cards instead of buying sealed products from now on, after this case, of course. So this is gonna be the last of those investment, not investment, that's the wrong word at all. So more like just buy a lot and see what we get. So we start with a foil Convulsion from Hell, a Halo, Consuming Aftermath, and a Vexing Malice. So foil Hell looks good. Let's move it up a bit just to keep it in frame. And yeah, but yeah, wow, Monarch. I think that's actually one of my favorite sets of Welcome to Wrath. Well, Crucible was special, doesn't count as a set. That's more of an expansion. But I would say because that had the same feeling of power, that every card seems kind of new and cool in a lot of ways. I mean, of course, Wrath and Arcane had, of course, their own flavor and feeling to it. But yeah, Monarch has something else, I would say. Muscle, double. I would like that to be 2 Majestics instead. What? So, value-wise, who know what we are at, but we might be on a interesting like value-wise. So that might be like buying sealed Unlimited is good for bulk, not good for value, my feeling. Chimera, Hide, and 2 rares, Vexing and Right. Alright. So let's see where we at with our 6 Majestics, a Rainbow Foil equipment. And yeah, so that's also nice just to get all the equipments in some kind of foil. I'm missing some, I would say. Would love to have both Weavers and Halo. Yeah, those would be some nice catches. Rush, Stubby, don't have that either. Gateway, and Beacon of Victory. First Majestic of the display. It's a nice art, it's a nice card. Yeah. Super cool cards in this set. And it seems like they are, like it seems like a lot of cards are really specific. So you're forcing builds, or like forcing players to understand how the hero is supposed to be played, or are intentionally going to be played. Probably soon people are going to play it in their own ways and find new ways that the developers didn't really like anticipated. Maybe always fun to see what happens with metas in that sense. A Galaxy Black token and a foil out of Muscle. There you go, classic Brawl. Cost somewhat a lot. 3 is kind of much for that, but demands a defense of the same. So it's interesting to just make people do defense that they don't really want to do, maybe. But I'm not sure. It's quite costly. Ghostly, Blinding Beam, and we have a Stony, Hooves, Duskpath, and Howl. This one in foil, please. I would love it. I think that's going to be a classic armor event price. So here you go. Talisman, Sealos, Pound for Pound, Spew Shadow, Rally the Rearguard, Time Skippers, Very Majestic, Glistening, and Soul Food. Great way to fill up your food with soul. So nice Majestics. It's, when you look at it first, it seems like it's a nice way of like getting turn one, but other ones is a passive way of, I mean, you lose a turn, or if you don't play it with like some kind of action or anything at the end, you get some soul down there, but if you have some card draw, but I think it's realized the purpose just to be a late game, like we just have to plow through his soul. You can need to sacrifice some turns and just get some boost there. I like it. Seek, plow through, Halo, B for Vanguard, out of muscle. Okay. So, plow through foil. A lot of rare foils so far. Not so many Majestics. Almost done with the right side. Need to hit some power level now. That will be amazing. Generics, Overload, another foil Stony, Out of Muscle, and Mark of the Beast. Nice. And of course, not available in full art, but it's a nice card with cool art. So yeah, good card. Help you get your Hexagore and your Levia stuff happening. Maybe get some Doomsday action there. Belief, Stony, Ghostly, Surging, Rising. Ooh, we got a legendary. My god, the Carrion Husk. Like, I almost didn't see it. I almost put it in the common slot here because the legendary is so uncircled, but super nice. And it's such a interesting card that actually is, I mean, defense 6, that has 6 more life. Defense 6, defense 6, 6 more life basically. But if you do it too early, you're gonna be punished because you're blood depth. But you have to do it really nicely timed mid-game. So super nice. First display of the case is giving us some value in the regard of this box probably paid for itself in this card. And it's, to be honest, a legendary I would not buy in the first run, even though it's probably super good. It's a defensive card that's like, hey, I'm gonna be buying some more cool action cards probably before I buy this. So super happy to get it because it was not on my buy list, even though I probably should be on my buy list if you get it. And the foil is subtle and it's super nice. So yeah, good start of this display. And I got some more rares. So yeah, this case, let's see if that's probably not right. We have one legendary so far, and let's keep on counting. Hey, and now I'm getting my hopes up. Everything else now is just super duper add-on. So it's nice to get an early start with something like this, for sure. And I really like the subtle, how the rarity symbol are. It's super nice. Crackle, Stubby, Soul Harvest, and Tremor. Right, left side. And it's nice to get a legendary that you don't have before. I only have Quest of Soul, Doomsday, and Eclipse. So now we are moving for not a completion, but yeah, we're getting in our legendaries, and that's super nice because yeah, they are good for a reason, and therefore they are legendary. Some Vexing Malice, Iron Weave, Blitz, Rise Above. outfit. Yeah, and that's just me. Since I've been playing Legacy in Magic, like for always. That's maybe the only card game I really played, like full time. Not in like work, but in hobby-wise, since, I don't know, 20 years. You really want to do double sleeving those cards, and that's just an action. Now it's more is a feel that when you have cards in like your sleeves, it feels too light or feels too like wobbly if you don't have double sleeves. Now it's just a preference, even though all these cards are not like, because the value is more about the touch and feel of a deck for me. But I will always double sleeve anything that's high value, but I will double sleeve everything when you play with it, even though it's just a pauper deck or a common deck, just because. Yeah, just so you know, that was an interesting point. Belittle, Surging Militia, Cold, Herald of Judgment, and another Mark of the Beast. Nice. And yeah, speculation on what the value are on Majestics. I mean, I think it's going to be an overflow of Majestics early on. People are dumping classes they don't want and getting like everything that's just more than they need. They're going to be like a inflation, I guess, of like, or overall of nice cards to get. So you can probably find a lot of bargains early on. Rise Above looks amazing in foil, always. Hooves, Phantasmify, and Convulsion. I mean, yeah. Rise Above, it's a good card. I see that, but I don't really like it's deck manipulation for your banish, maybe then. Like you can guarantee a card, but I mean I don't really see how I'm gonna play it. Like, I mean, it's nice to without paying it. You keep your card, but you kind of, instead of putting a card on the bottom, you put it on top instead of paying, basically. And so that's a nice way of like working with a card. But yeah, maybe it's really good. It seems to be like an interesting card for sure. Tremor, Gateway, Shackle. So maybe 6 or 7 boosters left. We are 1 legendary plus, but we're 2 Majestics down. So right now. So let's see where we end up. Illuminate, Zealous, Belief, Plunder, Belittle, Iron Blind, Captain's Call, Rise Above. Okay. Some nice class cards, some generics, some shadow, Belittle, legs, glistening, integrating light, and the levy. So yeah, we have a nice display for sure, but we would love to have some, would love to have some foil Majestics maybe to add some value, or hey, another legendary, why not? A library, sure, that could work. Wouldn't be sad about that. Okay, I did something wrong here. Get back in that pipe. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to sorting all this, even though I kind of do. It's kind of therapeutical just to go through all of this and like figure out how to store it, fix it, like make it easable to actually like use it. Tome of Torment, nice. Art-wise, love tomes, looks cool, and in a Eclipse kind of way, just get through your blood depth. If you have Go Again. Yeah, that's super nice. It costs 0, so it's also a good filtering card if you need filtering. Generics, Yin Yang, Void, Foil Captain's Call, Ironhide, Duskpath, Merciful Retribution. We have 4 boosters left. Let's see what they will bring. And I got the Husk in the bottom part of the right side, so we are on the soon level of where the legendary were sitting. So maybe this in the bottom, the nice fancy cards are in this display. Maybe not. V for Vanguard and Phantasmify. Class cards. Light, generics, illuminate, and a foil dimensional crossroads. Nice. Nice art. Love this. Halo, Conversion from Hell, and a Battlefield Blitz. I mean, the art on this is amazing. And I will for sure play a foil unlimited over a non-foil first ed. That's how I see it. So that's how foils are amazing because I would play them. I would keep the first ed for, well, value if I have them in both. But foil always goes first. Let's see here. Hell of Tenacity. Ebon Fold. Shield Consuming. Last pack of the display. We are one less majestic, one up legendary. So it's a really nice display. Seems about like average when you get a nice card, that it kind of like gets a little less of the others. Sealus, Militia, Weavers, Seeping Shadow, and Nourishing Emptiness. This is my first Nourishing in what is now 12, my 14th box of everything. This is my first Nourishing. So the art is cool, and +1 intellect, or whatever it's called. It's really specific how we play it. But if you're playing maybe Levia, then you have emptied your graveyard, or you're not really having like any other. Yeah. And it's, if it hits, you have to pump it up a bit. But it's a nice, cool card. Super happy to get it because now I have it at least. So that's my first display of the case, and we got the legendary. So super happy with that. It's a really cool legendary that I'm happy I pulled because I wouldn't probably have bought it. We got our Mark of Beasts and a Nourishing and some cool Crossroads foil. Yeah, so I would say a super nice display. Thanks for watching. More displays comes up.